Well, engineer for the Department of Infrastructure and Transport, thanks for joining us here today. Let me guess, potholes. You're always talking about potholes. I want to talk about child safety. Oh, but I spent all week workshopping answers about potholes. It's about the lack of a school crossing in front of Penneshaw School, Kindergarten and Childcare. Now that road, it's a state government road, that's managed by you, isn't it? You've done your homework? Yeah, so this is the only road in and out of Penneshaw to access the island. So every truck, bus, tourist and local coming off the ferry drives past the school. Now, parents of students want to prevent a tragedy, obviously, and have been asking for a proper school crossing or flashing lights or a zebra crossing or even just flags at the bare minimum. Well, how long have they been asking? Things don't happen overnight. Yeah, over 40 years. Did we even have roads then? Yeah, there's a grandmother in town who's been asking for better protection for Penneshaw kids since the early 1980s. And amazingly, her son has played over 400 games for Dudley United since. Jeez, he must have been good at phys ed. And now he's fighting for the same protection for his daughter. Well, we did put zigzags on the road. Yeah, you did, and the 25-kilometre when children are present signs. See, the problem is, that's not working. Parents are reporting regular speeding at school times, and there are tourists who don't even know what side of the road to drive on. Do you guys actually understand the complexity of the situation from the office computer in Adelaide? No, we sent the cops out for a few days and they said there wasn't a problem. Yeah, well, they were in a marked car, so it was about as undercover as your pothole problem. What do the kids say about all this anyway? Because we need to include them in an exhaustive multi-year consultation process.
Well, over 1,000 cars and trucks pass the school every day, so the children need a safe place to cross. Because kids are easily distracted. Oh look, there's a monarch butterfly! Get back here! Come back! Hey!
Oh, careful on the road there, guys. Kids, eh? Look, we can't be making important policy decisions based on the opinions of children. Yeah, I just don't want him to look like me by the time he gets a proper school crossing. Yeah, well, he'll be fine if he chooses a better profession. Okay, fair play. Now, in response to parents requesting school zone flashing lights, you wrote earlier this year that, quote, these measures are typically installed at locations which have a higher proportion of students crossing the road. What does that mean in plain English? You don't have enough kids, and you won't pay for their safety. Well, you've only got about 70. Well, how many do you need to make their lives worth saving? Oh, well, I'd have to look through the policy. Okay, so here's where the frustration lies. Instead of blanket policy decisions, is there any room for common sense in these situations? Well, see, that's the problem, Scoop. There isn't enough cents and dollars to go around. Can I ask you a question? You do a lot of that. Do you care about child safety? This feels like it's going to be a trick question.
It's a straight yes or no answer, mate.
Oh, you again.
And you get a gold sticker if you get it right.
Great, just hang on a sec.
No cheating!
Okay, look, we can't just be throwing crossings out anywhere we like. But you're throwing up guardrails anywhere you like. See, the problem is, Kangaroo Island residents have just watched almost $200 million spent on road upgrades that look like this, and a water pipeline bungle that ended with this new tourist attraction called the Remarkable Pipes. So you reckon you could just spend a few extra $1,000 chucking up a few flashing lights at the school? But you just said we're over budget. Don't they teach maths in school these days? So your letter to parents goes on to say that zebra crossings are not installed on roads with speed limits of 50 kilometres an hour or higher because this type of crossing has the potential to increase the risk of rear-end crashes. But you see, over at Kingscote they have flashing lights in front of their school on the main road, which is in a 60 kilometre an hour zone. So it appears the only rear-ending going on is the one the department's giving to concerned parents. Crude and immature, I'll be telling the principal. Kingscote's lights are actually on a main road that carries less freight truck and bus traffic, so I guess this all begs the question, are Kingscote kids more valuable than Penneshaw kids? Oh, well, that's just a ridiculous question. We'd need to check the NAPLAN results to work that out. Ironically enough, Kingscote campus recently received a new crossing down one of its side roads, which was funded by Kangaroo Island Council. Penneshaw didn't get a look in because they're on a state government road. Yeah, well, maybe Kingscote just complained less. All right, well, let's just illustrate that to make clear the absurdity here. Over here, we can protect our kids from death. That's awesome. Thanks, Council. Over here, no, that's a state government road. We certainly can't afford to save kids' lives there. Magic, isn't it?
You're a strange man.
Whose kid is this anyway? Well, look, I really hope you're not waiting for something bad to happen before you act, because if we can't get something as simple as a school crossing on a dangerous road, where are we as a society? Well, evidently a bunch of stubborn regional bleeding hearts who won't take no for an answer after 4 decades and...
It's silent reading time.
Is it recess yet?
You might like this one. Lots of fires, trucks and stuff.
Oh, what a pity. You better get back to class, young man.
This ain't over, mate. We'll be watching you. Oh, I forgot to tell you a good joke. Why did the students cross the road?
Why?
Because the government prioritised their safety. Funny one, eh?